God bless you. Welcome. Hi, my name is Patricia, and it's an honor to be standing before you. Listen, I just want to continue. I have a word for you, and I just want to continue from the last time I was here. And I was talking to you about trusting God no matter what. Trust in God in whatever situation that you find yourself. You see, and one of the things that I had said that whatever you are facing, don't lose your trust. Don't lose your faith in God. That is very, very essential. If you need to come out whole, if you need to come out intact, if you need to come out ahead, if you want to come out still on the journey, still on the path that God has for you, still in line for your destiny, listen, you got to trust God, because He's the author and He's the finisher of your faith. He is the one who knows His plans for you, which is always good and never of evil. Amen. And I know sometimes situation comes and you're like, God, I don't believe this is what you have for me. I don't believe I should be going through this. Who are you? God got you. He's in control. Don't abort the plan because it gets difficult. Don't abort the pregnancy because life gets difficult. When you're into labor as a woman and you step into labor and it gets tough and that pain gets hard, it's too late. You could no longer say, you know what, I'm not doing this again, because your destiny is in process. Your destiny is being birthed. And whatever it is that you're going through, listen, you got to trust God. You got to trust the process, that God too is in this and God too is aware of it. And He's going to create a path where there seems to be no escape, and He's going to work it out for your good, for your benefit. Amen. I just want to share with you a few things. Know that when you're trusting God, that when you have faith in God, some things that will help you is like having your relationship with God, having a personal relationship with God, knowing God for yourself, knowing who God is. Amen. Second thing you can do is knowing God's heart towards you. What is His plans? Listen, if God sent His only begotten Son, amen, to die for you, to bring you, to ransom you back to Himself, listen to me, you are pretty valuable to God. Amen. So you know God's heart towards you. It's good and not of evil. And one of the things that is, I'm still, if I'm being transparent, I still struggle with surrendering. But I have learned through some hard knocks that, listen to me, it's very easy to surrender to God, because you know what? God has better for you than you have for yourself. Surrender your will, surrender the situation, surrender the outcome of the situation to God, who knows it all. Whereas to you could be easily operating in emotions and you sabotage God's plan for your life. Amen. Also, you have to learn the art of waiting. In other words, you have to have patience. Sometimes you have to have a don't care attitude. Not don't care like you don't care about anything, but don't care because this is not your concern, because God got this. Your part in the situation is to hear from God. Your part in the situation is to follow God. Your part in the situation is to obey. Your part in this whole situation is don't get frustrated and abort the plan, abort the journey. Amen? Look at the man David in the Bible. The Bible talks about David who was loved. David who killed Goliath. David who had so many successful battles. Amen. David who is anointed, famous. He was married to a king's daughter. And he was all up there and he was celebrated and everything. And then all of a sudden, just an envious king. Just someone that just was envious of what he had. Now, the king had all of that and more, but just the fact of seeing God using or God blessing someone else. And just like that, David's life turned around. And just like that, David found himself running. He found himself hiding. He found himself like a fugitive. And he could have given up. He could have said, God, what is this? Is that where you are? You find that things were going well. You're married, your kids, and everything is going fine. You know, you get your house, and all of a sudden, it seemed like things are getting out of the way. Things just seem like popping up one after the next. And you're like, God, what is this? I have worked so hard. God, I've done this, you know. And you feel like, you know, everything is feeling crushed. Everything is feeling like it's falling apart. And you're just like, God, I want to give up. I don't trust this. This is not the God that I've learned about. Listen to me. The same God that's in the valley is the same God who's with you in the mountaintop. You just need to trust Him. And again, from that point, you don't know, but He does. He knows the way out. Amen. Trust in God means that do not quit. Trust in God means putting your faith in him even though you can't see the way out. Know that God can. No matter what, know that he still have a plan. Remember, he said that. And we know that for those who love God, for all things work together for good. For those who are called according to his purpose, just like you are. So I want to encourage you. Find your joy and hope and peace in God. God is always working on your behalf. Trust him and then follow and obey his instruction because he's faithful. He's God. He would never leave you. He would never forsake you. My name is Patricia, and I'm from the Love of Jesus World Outreach Ministry. Listen, if you don't know Jesus, ask him to come into your life. Ask him to forgive you. Ask him to cleanse you. Ask him to give you that born-again experience. And if you have said that prayer and you have invited him into your life and you mean that, he would come in and he would dwell with you. He would come in and then he would start his work in you. But then you have to find yourself in a church, because then the church is going to help you grow. The church is going to help you understand better. Come visit us at 385 Broadway in Patterson. Come visit us and plant yourself in some very good ground. I want to invite you. Listen to us on Tuesday evening at 7. Listen, our pastor, Apostle Cassius, is a powerful man of God, a mighty man of faith, a mighty man who relates to you. He's so relatable. Is a man who is grounded. He shows you that he is a man, but he's a man of God. Tune in and listen to him. Listen to his Bible study. During that, you could get some life-changing keys that will help you walk this Christian walk. Until then, I'm Patricia, and I'll see you next time.